For Newmarket, Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. And my question is for the Associate Minister of Transportation. Since the federal government imposed the carbon tax, people in our province and across this great country have been paying more for everything. Whether it's at the grocery store to buy food or at the gas pumps. They are finding it challenging to keep up with the rising costs.
Order.
To add insult to injury, the Liberal-NDP coalition are now hiking the carbon tax yet again on April 1st. Speaker, that's unfair to the hardworking people and families of Ontario who are already struggling to buy the necessities for daily living. We know the opposition doesn't care to intervene, so that's why our government must continue to fight this tax and make life more affordable for Ontarians. Speaker, can the Associate Minister tell the House what steps our government is taking to fight the carbon tax?
The Associate Minister of Transportation.
Thank you to the member from Newmarket, Aurora, for her work and for advocacy, Mr. Speaker. I'm happy to hear when things are made in Ontario. What I'm not happy to hear about, Mr. Speaker, is the carbon taxes made in Ottawa by Liberals and NDP, Mr. Speaker. There are many commuters in my riding. I hear firsthand the concerns about the carbon tax, Mr. Speaker. It is inconceivable to put a tax on commuters, Mr. Speaker, who must travel to make a living. Mr. Speaker, we hear from the people of Ontario. That's why we are making sure no government put carbon tax on the people of Ontario. If passed, a carbon tax will require a referendum under our Get It Done Act, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in Ontario, we will keep the heat in our homes, not on the finances of the people of Ontario, Mr. Speaker. Say no to carbon tax and yes to common sense.
Supplementary question.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the Associate Minister for the response. I know that people in my riding were ecstatic to hear that our government introduced legislation that would protect Ontario workers and families from the high cost of a carbon tax. Speaker, the federal government has increased the carbon tax on gasoline 5 times so far, and they are planning another 7 times increases by 2030. Grocery prices are already unaffordable for far too many people, as are the costs for other products and services. This tax is only adding further strain to Ontarians' household budgets. While the opposition, NDP and independent Liberals, continue to ignore their constituents, our government is advocating for Ontarians and calling for the end of this tax. Speaker, can the Associate Minister tell the House how our government is combating the Liberal-NDP tax hikes?
Hear, hear. The Associate Minister, Transportation.
Thank you to the member for that question, Mr. Speaker. Some things never change. The Liberals ran deficit in Ontario. The NDP ran deficit in Ontario. Now the Liberals and NDP are teaming up to the same thing in federal, Mr. Speaker. I don't remember these carbon taxes being part of their campaign promise, Mr. Speaker, to make sure the Liberals and NDP can control their spending habits and not to take a loan against Ontarians, Mr. Speaker. We are making sure carbon taxes are a matter of referendum. Speaker, commuters don't deserve to be treated this way at all. By Liberals and NDP, Mr. Speaker, even now, they want to heckle because they don't want to hear the truth. Mr. Speaker, our message is very clear. Ontario's economy will grow, but not from the tax pockets, but from the hard work and innovation of the people of Ontario.